It's day 15, and I'm going to take you on a journey today about how I built the assistive technology program at a nonprofit and why I did that, and how did it change visually impaired individuals, and why today, day 15? Well, today, day 15, because our goal is to monetize this YouTube channel to help those visually impaired get a See Me cane through YouTube. So if YouTube pays us money, we're going to take that money, put it into the See Me cane giveaway program, and give away See Me cane to those that can't afford it. And you're gonna learn here in just in a second why it's important that we get a See Me cane in every visually impaired individual's hand. So, you ready to go on this journey with me? Let's do this. It's said 1 of every 3 visually impaired individuals will be hit by a car. I've been hit by a car 3 times. My name is Kelvin Crosby, the inventor of the See Me cane, the first fully lighted white cane for those visually impaired to help them from being hit by a car. Join me to help me live and 253 million visually impaired people beyond this challenge. Like I said, we need to hit that subscribe, that like, and interact with this video and watch this whole video to help me hit that 4,000 watch hours and the 1,000 subscribers. So that way, this YouTube channel is one of the ways that we're able to fund the giveaway See Me cane program. So today's story is, how did I build an assistive technology training program and make it as successful as it is today? Well, I got a dirty secret. I honestly, so when I went to go build the assistive technology program, if you know me, I'm a really good fake it until I make it type of guy. But once I make it, I do become really good at something. And in this case, I knew enough of JAWS, and I knew enough of NVDA, and I knew at this time, don't you remember Window Eyes? No, yeah, Window Eyes. I mean, that was pretty cool screen reader software for those visually impaired. But Window Eyes, JAWS, and NVDA were the main ones that I was using. Yes, there was VoiceOver, but I didn't have a Mac at that point. And I was like, I'm gonna build this program. But the thing is, I was 28 years old. What does that mean in regards to my timeline of my vision loss? I had just lost the clarity in my left eye, not my right yet, but I just lost the clarity in my left eye, and I knew I was going to be going fully screen reader here pretty quickly, and I was going to have to rely on a screen reader pretty much for the rest of my life. And since I've already been kind of playing around with it for employment purposes, for my clients and all that stuff, I was like, well, why don't I teach myself JAWS and let me build a curriculum around it and what I'm learning, and then apply it to employment, not just like, how do you do this and that. No, I'm going to give you actual employment tasks for like a business and teach you how to do those different tasks like Excel, Word, Outlook, emails, all that stuff. Like, you learn all that. And because I was teaching myself, I was learning techniques and tricks and so forth to make this happen. And so I ended up building my own curriculum to make this happen. And when I went to go for the interview with the nonprofit that I proposed this proposal to, they're like, well, let's see what you can do. And at this point, I was still green in the screen reader world, but I knew enough to make it until I make it, and fake it until I make it. And that's exactly what I did. I kind of ran 1 or 2 of my curriculum lessons that I had, and the shortcuts worked just fine. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. And they said, let's create the program and let's hire you as an employee. So that's exactly what happened. And it took about 6 months to get credited and everything through the state, but we were able to do that and start bringing in clients. And that's when the test really began. Would my curriculum work to help visually impaired individuals get jobs at a high paying level or wage, as well be successful? And that was the key thing for me and how I was going to do that. So I decided, let's test it. Let's find an employer that's willing to hire my clients, or aka my students. So I went to the county of San Diego and I said, hey, I got a lot of people learning all these skill sets. Your system uses all of this. If they're already pre-trained, can they do an internship with you? And then if they work well, can you hire them on? And they're like, sure. So got my first person in there. Within 6 months, he's hired on. Got my second. Literally was like a month in. That person was hired on. Third, and I was like, this is perfect. I have a great track record, 100% success rate with my curriculum. And next thing you know, the program, we're getting more and more referrals in, and I'm having to hire more and more people to train the program. And that's how it became successful. It was very specific and very narrow on what we were doing so that people with visual impairment could be employable in a competitive workspace. And I encourage you, like all you assistive technology trainers and all that stuff, I would encourage you to look in a different, like a lot of people train a broad level of assistive technology, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what I found my success in was creating an assistive technology to a job. And yes, our job scope was narrow of what we were training for. So if you came in and you wanted to be a software developer or a coder, or you wanted to be something more than a government employee type of a job, then we would give you the skills that you needed, but you still had to go get the next step of training. And that's why like the broader assistive technology training programs are important. But I do feel like if we have narrow focus assistive technology training for specific jobs, will help our employment numbers for those visually impaired. Because there's an interesting number here. Did you know that 70% of visually impaired individuals do not have a job? That means only 30% of the visually impaired population is employed. And if my See-Me cane is $300 to buy, that means 70% of my customer base cannot afford a See-Me cane. Which leads me to why you're watching this video. Is because I need you to help me subscribe to this channel, watch this whole video, so that way we can raise funds through the YouTube channel and give away See-Me cane to those that don't have a job, that can't afford a See-Me cane, so that way we're not hindering anybody from the safety and independence that they need when traveling wherever they want to go. Because safety is such an important thing for us visually impaired individuals. And a See-Me cane is that solution to help them overcome their challenges in navigation. So today's question of the day is, what is your favorite travel location that you like to travel to? And honestly, I'm a big guy. I love going to Sequoia National Park, into the mountain, and I love the nature environment. I love being high in the elevations and going on hikes and so forth, and just chilling in lakes and just enjoying the peace and quiet of what the mountains had to offer. And Sequoia National Park is one of my favorites. So what is your favorite place that you like to travel to and why. Go ahead and put those in the comments for today's question of the day. And like I always say to end any of my shows, go live beyond your challenges, and I'll see you next time.